Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. Another month. Still
Um,
cold.
yes, it is still cold, and we still black.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Despite the winter.
welcome. Yes, I know. Winter is funny to us. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
But it's,
goodness.
we still got little colors, all right.
Yes. It's a little
Mm-hmm.
paler than I want it to be
I
because
tell you what, I tell you what, I'm going to venture away somewhere warm. Yes, because
Oh,
I
yes.
gotta
Get some
get some
sunshine.
sunshine.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. I will be at probably nowhere warm, but somewhere resting this month. So it'll be nice. Maybe I can imagine the sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can imagine the sunshine.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in these times of holidays
Yes.
and a time of huge consumerism.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to work in a number of different spaces, particularly where it is gift giving time.
Mm.
And it's this weird phenomenon that happens where you get all these people that want to give, 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 right? They love to give to the children too, right? Everybody want to buy all of the toys and everything for the kids,
Yes.
make sure the kids have all of the gifts and everything. People are there. This is a time where you see a lot of generosity from people,
Yes.
right? Um, Short lived, but you see it. See a lot of
Yes.
generosity. And then when those same people see the benefactors of that generosity, there's judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me give you an example.
Okay.
So,
Tell me.
have you ever worked in a clothing bank before where there was clothing distribution or volunteered in that
Yeah.
space, right?
For coats
Okay, thank
particularly.
you. So, you know,
Yeah.
some people give away some really, really nice coats,
Yes.
right? Like they're cleaning out their closet. It's just a new season. They just want a different coat. They don't,
Right.
right? So, there's all of these beautiful coats, all of these beautiful winter boots and shoes and things, right? So now school's back, coming back in, and all of the kids are dressed in their nice new stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
New stuff to them. And the question comes,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they're receiving benefits. How are they affording those shoes? How are they
Oh,
affording those clothes?
yes.
You
Yes.
know,
How could they get the new outfits?
you're in
How could they?
shelter. How,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my goodness. You're right. This is so timely, and I think we need to talk about it
Yes.
because whether or not we want to admit it, even within our own movement, these attitudes exist, this
Yep.
behavior exists, this judgment exists,
Hmm.
where there's this massive expectation that people who are receiving support in whatever way, but in this way, this material way, um, have to be quote unquote poor in a certain way. Like if you don't fit the picture of poverty or poorness, that you're somehow scamming somehow
Yes.
something.
Somehow you're getting away with
Yes.
something.
Yes.
How dare you have fresh fish with that debit card, that EBT
Your
card?
EBT card
Yes.
or
You only get
or
this.
get your nails done or your hair done.
I mean, how dare you want to look presentable?
Yes. Yes. When you are relying on essentially quote unquote a system
Hmm.
for housing or other basic needs.
Yep.
Yeah. This same issue, I mean it let's see. It starts in December
Uh-huh.
and it ends like in April after tax season too. We can lump it all together because we're talking about holiday season and
Yes.
tax return season because I think it's the same narratives.
Yes, right?
The same nonsense.
Hmm.
Completely the same nonsense. Yeah. Because we want to make decisions for people somehow, right? Let me tell you, Cherie, unless we start working on really talking honestly about how we are addressing survivors who are have multiple identities including economic situation and how we are one of the biggest perpetuators of this narrative because it is the nature of our work that we are providing or helping to support providers, we see it day in and day out.
We do.
So there has to be some truth telling about the privileges we hold as advocates, when we indulge in those and move forward those narratives. And that is the first step before we even start to talk about, like, what does it mean for a survivor? Why are we like, we just have to catch ourselves and say, look, the problem is not the survivors, it's you.
Ooh, let's talk about this perplexity
Yeah.
because also what I've witnessed, what I've seen, what we're experiencing through the work that we do is you're having people who are providing services who could also benefit from services.
Yeah.
And so then there becomes this layer of, okay, I have to provide this support over here to Merkeb. And now Merkeb looks really nice, but now I'm going home and struggle.
Yes, completely. And I, as an advocate, are responsible for finding the resources, finding the
Yes.
supports, finding the solve for these same problems that I might be experiencing,
Yes.
right? And then the other thing also is the dynamics between the identities of the advocate and survivor, whatever way that looks like,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because this idea of, I've always worked in spaces, no matter what, this movement, before this, my entire career, where there's also a different set of acceptance for folks who hold certain identities and folks who hold other identities.
Yes.
Meaning, what is acceptable? I shouldn't say acceptance. I should have said acceptable. What is
I think you can say
acceptable?
both.
Both? Okay.
I think you can say
What is
both.
acceptable, right? Because I have sat in a space where uh, a mother who's black and a mother who's white, where a mom who's black has chosen to use her tax returns to buy things for her child and allow them certain experiences, and that is seen as irresponsible. And then a white mother does the same thing, and it's seen as supporting their child,
Supporting their development.
their well-being, their mental health, their
Yes.
morale.
Exposure.
Yes, all
Mm-hmm.
of these things creating opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Same scenario,
Same scenario.
right? And I pick this identity because I am black, right? But just pick an
But it's
identity,
true.
right? It's also true, right? We also, we know we don't tease out identities, but insert a marginalized identity and you got it.
You do.
You got a similar narrative.
You do.
And so then we forget, what does that mean when an advocate holds a marginalized identity in relation to a survivor who doesn't hold a marginalized identity?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's let me tell you, when I think about the different ways in which we as advocates, people in position, can cause incredible amounts of harm to the people that we're serving without even being conscious of the fact that we're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why we talk about like really understanding who you are as you enter into the workplace, all of your own experiences before you even start to engage with working with other people. Now, the unfortunate part is most people don't do that work before they engage,
No.
right? They learn that after the fact. They've already been employed and now they're hearing this, but it wasn't a consideration before they took the job. And so harm is already occurring, has occurred, will occur. And unless there is a considerable amount of intentionality, it will continue to perpetuate itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. I mean, I think this time of the year right now is the perfect time of the year for people to reassess.
Yes. What an organic way to have that conversation,
Hmm.
right? Because it's tied into this bigger culture of ridiculous spending.
Yes, consumerism is so real right now. Like, I
uh,
was watching the game last night,
yeah.
and um, there was a commercial, and the commercial was about the fact that all of these food companies are using football to make people buy food or whatever. And they were
Yeah.
like, should we just stop blatantly pretending like, we aren't trying to make people buy food? And then they
Yeah.
all laugh like, ha ha ha, we're not going to do that, whatever,
Right.
right?
They know.
They
Yeah,
know.
they know.
They know.
Yeah.
So we know that is this intentional push to force people to spend an insurmount amount
Insurmount Surmountable.
surmountable. Oh, I couldn't get the word
Yeah.
out. That's
Is
funny. An
it?
insurmountable amount of money
Yeah.
for a singular day or a singular season, or
Mhm.
particularly when people are already struggling.
Mm.
But this narrative has been created that if you don't do that, that you're less than,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And kids are expected to go back to school and talk about all of the gifts that they got and where they went and
Mm.
what they did and what they ate. There's no consideration at all for those who couldn't eat,
Mhm.
those who didn't receive a gift, those who could not give,
Yeah.
you know?
But that's social. Let me be real. That's social pressure, though, Cherie.
Hmm.
Let me tell you, when you're the house that hasn't put up the whatever. Now, even if I know some of it is, there's some religious holidays intermingled there, and some folks may not observe that, but even non-religious people, right? There's a lot of social pressure around this giving, right? So you're this house, you're the only one without lights, right?
Yes. Go ahead
Lights
and talk
out,
about me. No lights, no trees.
no trees, no gifts, right? Or whatever it is that is considered end of the year season.
Yes.
Now we could talk about um, mainstream beliefs and those that maybe don't hold them, and that's a different topic. But still, outside of that, even folks who don't observe these religious holidays, there is that social pressure
Yes, the
to
pressure's
say,
there.
"Oh, I'm just gonna, wrap a gift or two and give it to my kid or my spouse or my partner or my neighbor or whatever," even if there's no belief behind that, other than that it's a socially acceptable thing to do.
Yep.
And what happens if you don't engage in that socially for you?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. And then on the other end of that, if you are in a lower social economic status, you're penalized for
Yes.
engaging.
And then exactly, because I can't tell you how many times that come January, February, we are supporting folks who have to revisit a budget, or
Yes.
their needs look different because of spending. No judgment, right? It's ultimately a choice, but it has an
And
impact.
there's huge social pressure to
Yeah,
engage in that.
yeah,
I mean, speaking personally, I can tell you I've tried over and over and over and over and over to 100% disconnect from that.
yeah. It's hard,
The furthest I got is no trees and no lights.
but still, you
And
do the gifts and cards and
yeah, and I've
yes,
even like tried to minimize like the
yeah.
gifts
It's
and
hard.
teach about giving back,
Yeah,
like you don't need these things.
yeah,
But there are people who are in need. Let's give to the people who are in need because we are today in a position where we don't.
yeah.
Um, recognizing having been in a position of great need. So I have the experience of both. And it's still super difficult to be surrounded by people who are like, it's the way to be. You have to do this thing. Don't deprive people. It's like not
Mm-hmm,
engaging
mm-hmm.
in this season that,
Yeah.
is.
Because even if you look at it, right, depending on where you lean, right, what I was taught, right, and I observe, there are some religious holidays I believe I observe at that time, and also just some cultural things that I
Yes.
observe, and none of them were rooted in giving presents in the way that I will say my family does it. Well, now we've changed a lot over the last few years. We've had some really frank conversations with our family, but it is rooted in sharing, in spending time together, in celebrating those things. And I remember when I was young, it was not what it is today. Yes, we got one gift or two gifts, but my more fonder memories were about spending time with people that maybe I didn't ordinarily spend time throughout the year, and eating a lot. I will say that we ate a lot.
I mean, who don't
Right.
like a good meal? I'm just saying.
We ate a lot. But this expectation of gifts, and it's hard, it's there now. It's real now for me, and it's totally changed what this season feels like.
Yeah.
Um, and even me with the privilege that I hold, I had to create some really um, strong boundaries around what I will and will not do, and
Mhm.
that comes after years of work. And I'll say this from a very vulnerable space. The years of work was feeling less guilt about not doing this gift giving because I'm in a different space in my life.
Yes.
That's the years of work that I'm talking about,
Hmm.
right? It was a lot of inside work that I had to do as a person, right? To say that that is not the value. If I give my kid a name brand shoes, because there was a time where name brand shoes were not a thing we could do.
Yep.
And I had to walk away from that feeling of guilt.
Hmm. Yeah, that's serious. My my kids say I'm the worst person ever to buy gym shoes. I don't know how to do them. Um, and a big part of that had absolutely everything to do with the affordability of the ones that they wanted.
Yeah,
So we ain't going nowhere. We already know that I can't afford it,
that's right.
right? And so then this is what the options are. Um, and then, but they're the ones have to go to school
Exactly.
and deal with the pressures there, and you're spending your time explaining to them that their worth isn't connected to.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to time. And I would love that. I look back and I don't want to do the what if, but if I could, I would have loved to turn back and understand uh, how I had these conversations with my family around the season
Yeah.
and what we would have done differently. But it's not too late to change. We can still do things now moving forward, and family, I think, is totally different. But I think I say this after we've bought stuff as leaders for the
We did.
organization. What can we do though? It's not too late. I think we have time. How do we talk about it differently? And I'm
Yeah.
asking this now. We haven't pre-discussed this, so this is a very much let's put our thoughts together and commit to something different.
Yes, we do. We have
Yeah,
to, because we also don't want to keep perpetuating that narrative
yeah,
that it has to be a physical gift
yeah,
to be meaningful.
yeah. Although that's okay that you do that.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
okay.
it's
You like
okay that you
you,
do that. Yeah,
yeah.
but
In
what
fact,
is
I accept gifts.
yes? I'm sure you do. Can we put in our cash apps? Anybody else? Is it? No, we can't. No, we can't. We're not gonna do that. But
But if you call me and ask me, no.
yeah. Yeah, but truly, how do we say to someone at this end of the year season, where how do I say I care about you, or I
Right.
see
What is a
value in you? What can I give you?
yes?
Um,
Or just do,
or
or
say
be
or
in
do,
space.
or yeah,
Because
what do
for
we
me, I'm a
do?
huge time person.
Yeah,
That's important to me. Spending time with me is
yeah,
a big thing for me.
yeah.
So, I mean,
One of the policies we've proposed, actually, Cherie, I'd like to share that I think is important
okay.
is um, giving everyone time off at the same time at the end of the year.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my God, I'm so
which is
excited.
not as it's doable.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that. You don't
Yeah.
even know. I think
Yeah,
you do, sort of.
I do. Because you like to go to warm places when it's cold.
I
Yeah.
do.
But the key being, if all of us are off at the same time, people aren't coming back to,
People
uh,
aren't exhausted because their inboxes
yes,
aren't full. There's all of
right,
these things that they have
right.
to get caught up.
Tasks. Yeah.
Yes.
All of us are off at the same time.
Yep.
So there is really not work being done.
Yep.
Um, so I think gifting people the gift of time
Yep.
for self-care or with family,
Yep.
that's a gift we can give as
It is.
leaders, I think.
And I love that. I
Yeah.
love that for people.
Yeah.
The gift of time for self to do what you wish with it.
Yeah. That is the greatest gift. I mean, I would
Mhm.
love that. I would love
Mhm.
to see what that looks like, not just even this time of year, but especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. To have those conversations, to think about what else do we do as an organization. But that is the biggest, I think the biggest thing we thought about this year is the gift of time.
Yes.
Now we also have material things and we create spaces for people to gather
Mm-hmm.
and to celebrate. So even when we gather, we're not doing work. It's actually to celebrate or to enjoy each other's time and company.
Yes.
That also takes a little bit of planning for, but it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really would like to see in this new year coming up an appreciation for the people who have made it to the next year who are doing with way less resources,
Oh,
are
yeah.
managing with less resources. And, you know, for the people who are sacrificing for their kids to go to school, to look nice, to be able to focus while they're in school, you know, we can't take away the value it is in feeling your best.
Yeah. But that should be year round, Cherie.
It
This
should
is
be.
maybe
That's why I'm
my little
saying
qualm
beginning
is
of it. That's
because
why I
why
said
are
the
we,
beginning of it. Because
yeah,
if you recall, the beginning of this conversation is because at this time of year, people are
consumers.
generous, they're
Yes,
giving, but then when people
it
are,
stops.
yes, and when
Yeah,
people see you and all of the wonderful things that they've gifted, there's judgment.
yeah.
It's like,
What if we
okay,
had a December giving every single month? If we had that same
mentality
sort of
every month.
yes,
Now that would
every
be
month.
awesome.
Yeah,
That would be awesome if every month we felt like there are people who are in need and I have resourcing to be able to assist in whatever way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. What a great, I don't like New Year's resolutions, but if you're a resolution person, now we've like touched all the holidays, including tax time, okay? But imagine if that was your resolution every year, every month to be intentional and say, if I can give, I will give just as fervently as I do in December every single month
yes,
for people to feel good.
yes,
Yeah,
value. It's important.
yeah.
It's important to feel valued. I recently read um, Viola Davis's autobiography,
You told me about that.
and it's great.
Yes. Yeah.
In her book, she talks about the experiences of being with family.
Mm,
She knew she was poor. It wasn't one of those stories of, you know, how people say we were poor and we didn't know we was poor. She was like, no, I knew I was poor. I knew every
mm,
day I was poor and
mm-hmm.
what that meant to be poor and to be without. And I say that to say that she talks about the people who knew about the poverty, those who assisted and those who chose not to assist,
Mm,
you know. And so there's always a choice. We always have a choice. You know, we can choose to do our part to help people and to do so without judgment.
yeah.
We can choose not to. It's our choice.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging people to choose to help
Yeah.
without judgment and to recognize that what each individual needs look different for that individual.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say this, right? Because last podcast we talked about SNAP and EBT and benefits and the
Mm-hmm.
food insecurity, right? And um, I think it ties in, right? Because choosing means that some people think the problem is gone or doesn't exist because, oh, whatever, this time of year, folks get a lot of help, right? So somehow this one influx month where people
Magically
get
makes the issue
extra
disappear.
magically makes it,
It does
or
not.
sometimes the responsibility is that you should manage the resources you get in December and somehow stretch them, right?
For 12 months?
Or something,
Because that's not
right?
going to,
Like,
yeah.
but that's sort of, I think, the mentality or the narratives that I hear around, like, if I give this person this one coat, they should they should be okay. Like, why would they ask for more? Well, here's the
Right.
reality. Uh, I know I have more than one coat. One, two, coats wear, right? Three, we need more than one coat. We live in Michigan. At least we do.
We do. And the
Right.
temperature changes.
Right. So it's all of these things that people don't think about, and they
Hmm.
think, oh, let me just do it this one month and then I'm good.
Yep.
Tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, commitment, folks.
Yes.
Those of you who are listening to Merkeb and I today, think about what you can do during this season that you can continue through calendar year 26.
Yeah. Consistently.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Because,
And
yeah.
without judgment attached to it,
Yeah.
or without feeling like someone's going to owe you in some sort of way for whatever you've done.
Yeah. And then the second thing is, if you are a leader in a position of power or privilege, think in January, what can you do to plan so that you are gifting people the gift of time
Hmm.
throughout the year, right?
Yes.
It can, in December you can do something special, sure. But what does that generosity as an organization look like throughout the year? Because isn't that sending a different message to
It is.
folks, right? You don't have to wait till the end of the year for us to show our
Appreciation.
appreciation
Or,
or gratitude for people.
yeah,
We can do it throughout the year. So what would that look like? That's a great two things to walk away
it
from.
is.
Yeah. All right, now the truth. How connected are you going to be this year to the consumerism culture? Tell me.
Let me tell you, my children are all getting one thing,
Yes.
and it's something that they need.
Okay.
That's it. Only
A
needs.
need.
It's
Okay.
only a need. And I had this conversation because everybody needs money. Everybody's going to say money. So I was like, no, don't ask me about no money. Don't talk to me about money.
What?
No, mm-mm, no,
Okay.
mm-mm, no. Because for my children,
Yes.
that's not going to take care of the need.
Okay.
It's going to take care of a
Yes,
want.
of the ones.
Yes, it's going to take care of a
Okay.
want, which I
Yeah.
get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
okay. But I know this about you, child of
Yes.
mine. So I'm going to take care of a need,
Okay.
and
Whatever the need is.
we're taking care of needs. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I this year have committed that they're not getting things. We are doing an experience together. So they get to pick one thing, whether it happens in December or any time um, throughout the year. They get to pick whatever the activity
I
is.
love that. Let me
Yes.
tell you, I threw that idea out there.
Yeah.
I got some cynicals.
Yeah. I
Really?
think mine are still young enough where it's cool to, drive to Detroit and catch a Pistons game.
Yes.
We get the better, tickets and,
That's awesome.
somehow eating hot dogs in the middle of winter watching a basketball game is an
It
experience,
is an
right? Because they also
experience.
get to go with cousins or
Yeah.
siblings. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And you can see their personalities come out in what folks are choosing to experience,
Yeah.
right? I have one family member that wants a one on one creative um, based experience with their partner, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that they're going to get,
That's
right?
awesome.
So um, it's so I think to me that feels like I'm making a really good meet in the middle, right? And yes, for me, no money. There's no money going
Hmm.
to exchange hands this year. So
Yes, right. I was
yeah,
proud of that.
yeah. But experiences, I think, are really
Hmm. So
are
you
really cool.
so you get an experience.
I mean, I've asked.
Awesome.
I've asked. I've not asked for a material thing. I've asked for an experience
That's
thing.
awesome.
And I'm trying to keep my experience to be limited to something affordable and not like, I'd like to experience the sunshine in the winter.
That can be affordable. It
Yeah,
can be.
yeah, it can be.
There's this thing called day trips.
That's true.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, so yes, we've all committed to it, and it's working because we've all committed to it. Now, I'll tell you in the new year if I have a sneaking suspicion that there's one family member that will might uh, do the
Deviate from the plan.
deviate from the family plan. I know you're listening. I know it's you.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity um, to spend some time with family. I'm taking some, real time off and hanging out, and that is gift enough for me. I think I would love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody take time.
Yes. And we'll see you in the new year.
We shall see you in the new year.
All right.
Bye bye now.
Bye.